Nice skin.
Thank you. That's sweet.
How'd you get it?
Well, mostly genetics, I think. I'm pretty lucky. I have naturally dewy skin.
Listen up, Neutrogena. You know you can't go around looking like that. The rules are clear. And another thing, you can't hack the NPC avatars.
No, sir.
It screws up the mission load,
Screws
and it
them
makes
up.
the game look bad.
Horrible!
Action. Hello and welcome to another episode of Movie Reviews. My name is Daniela, but you can call me Nan.
And I'm Alfonso. Today we're gonna review Free Guy, directed by Shawn Levy, who's also directed A Night at the Museum, Cheaper by the Dozen, and a bunch of episodes of Stranger Things.
Free Guy tells the story of a bank teller who discovers he's a character in an open world video game. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it is a cool premise.
So why don't we start by talking about the cast?
Yeah, sure. I think Ryan Reynolds did a great job. He's really funny. He makes really funny faces, so this was a perfect role for him. And Jodie Comer, the other protagonist, I didn't know her before, but I think she also did a great job. What did you think of the cast and the performances?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a really good comedian. Jodie Comer, I've never seen her before in anything, but I think she did a really good job. And I know a lot of actors lend their voices, like Dwayne Johnson, Hugh Jackman, and I really enjoyed that small cameo of Chris Evans. And also Tina Fey is the mom at the background vacuuming.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I thought the cast was good.
Yeah, a lot of big names. Like they even have like a small role for Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
And the scenes where he appears are hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah. What did you think of the cinematography?
Yeah, I thought George Richmond, who is a cinematographer, did a good job. Those low angle shots were really good. They looked like a superhero comic book, and it's funny because we're talking about this character is inside of a video game, and I enjoyed that. What did you thought about the cinematography?
Yeah, it definitely had that superhero comic feel. I thought it was very cool looking, very sleek. It had a lot of saturated colors, a lot of movement. It feels like a film made for the newer generations, right? Like a lot of fast cuts, very vibrant. I thought it was good. I especially like that scene where they have their date and they eat ice cream.
Yeah.
And in that scene they employed a very shallow depth of field.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the characters were alone, isolated in the shot, and the bouquet behind them looked very, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So I especially like that scene in terms of cinematography, and overall I think it was good.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite scenes was when he puts on the sunglasses and he realizes this new world and these other features that are not part of the world he's used to, and I thought that was really good. And what was your favorite scene?
I really like, as I already mentioned, the scene with their first date eating ice cream. But I also really, really like the leveling up montage. I thought it was great, the juxtaposition of the fast-paced hip-hop with a lot of cool shots of him being a good guy instead of a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was, editing-wise, I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the editing?
I really like all the editing choices, especially those scenes. Like this scene, one of the scenes that comes to my mind is where Channing Tatum is giving the video to Guy, and they cut between that scene and then this guy streaming, and the mom in the background. I thought that was really funny, and it's a comedy, but at the same time, it shows like how they're part of a game. And
Right.
those scenes, I really enjoy how I don't know, Keys and the other guy, I don't remember the name. They're okay, I'm gonna be Pink Bunny, and then I'm gonna be a police officer, and they change between the real world and how they're playing, and then they change back to the video game.
Yeah, right. I agree. The intercut between real world and video game was done greatly. and it just added so much humor. As you already mentioned, Channing Tatum character, he was supposed to be a badass
Yeah.
and a very cool guy, and it cuts to this guy who's 22 and still living in the basement with his
Yeah.
mom. Or also that scene where guy is kissing Millie for the first time,
Yeah.
and they cut to her and she's just freaked out
Yeah.
looking at the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, the intercut was really cool.
And speaking about a video game, what did you thought about all the visual effects?
I like the visual effects. I couldn't help but compare with Ready Player One, of course. And in Ready Player One, it's mostly computer generated image. And I like the fact that in this one they use live action. I thought it looked really cool, and it looked like big budget visual effects. Like,
Yeah, I agree. It looked really good. It looked really credible. It made you feel like you were part of the video game.
so yeah, the climax was great, right? With Ryan Reynolds' character fighting Dude, and it all looked great. Like he opened the portal, and then this building turned into a bridge. So all of that looked pretty cool.
Yeah, how about when he uses Captain America shield or the llama from Fortnite?
That was really cool, and it's something I've noticed with movies about video games like Wreck-It Ralph or Ready Player One. There seems to be a lot of Easter eggs, and this was also the case. And that's pretty cool. The audience likes looking for the Easter eggs, and they like to feel identified when they see something that they recognize.
Yeah. And what did you thought about the soundtrack?
Overall, I liked it. Usually I don't like this juxtaposition of pop music with the film. I think sometimes it weakens the film, but in this case I thought it worked fine. I gotta say, one scene that I didn't like was when Guy jumped to a wrecking ball.
Yeah,
and they put that song.
I agree. Yeah, that was the only scene that made me uncomfortable. Like I didn't thought
Yeah.
that was good.
But overall I think it worked. What did you think? Did you pay attention to the score? Because I didn't.
I didn't. I just noticed it was very energetic music, right? There was that one scene with the wrecking ball that just, for me, it was too much. Like I didn't like that.
And your general thoughts of the soundtrack?
It was good. Like 8 out of 10. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And what did you thought about the production design, the art department?
It was good. Free City looked definitely like a video game city. Like something was off. It looked artificial. So I guess that was the point. It looked like a generic city, right? And it's supposed to be an open world. So I think that was great. I can't say that I loved the costume design. I mean, Free Guy's blue shirt.
Yeah.
He's also supposed to be an NPC, and he's supposed to be a common guy. But I mean, I thought his costume was meh.
Yeah.
And also the Millie character, her costume, which was, I guess, steampunk inspired. But I thought it was like just okay. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was, like you said, okay. It wasn't something out of this world. When you think about a video game, you think about all these exaggerated maybe costumes or skins, and yeah, even like the one with the pink bunny, I thought that was okay. Like it looked like a normal city. I think overall this was a good movie. The whole production was good. There was nothing that I disliked very much. It was overall good. Why don't we talk about the themes of the movie?
Of course, it reminded me of so many other films like The Truman Show, Ready Player One, and they all come from Plato's Cave, right? And that's a story that I like and that I've seen many times before, but this felt like it was updated for the new generations. And it's cool. I don't know what the themes would be. I think this one has something new to say about artificial intelligence, and that it poses the question like, okay, if artificial intelligence begins to have feelings, do they deserve to be treated as humans? Do they deserve to to be not killed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I think artificial intelligence it's a theme that it's more and more brought to this time, and I think the movie had something to say about that.
Yeah, and I mean also about living in the metaverse and about this theory that it's very prevalent these days, like about we're living in a simulation, right? So
like The Matrix.
exactly. Two films from 1999, The Matrix and Existence, and I recommend those two.
Yeah, I think these movies always pose that question of, is this even real? And also with these new, like the VR headsets, more and more people are trying to, I think, escape the real world and just getting to the
metaverse.
Exactly.
And that's a common theme these days, and that's gonna happen sometime soon.
It's already happening.
Yeah, like I know that Epic Games is trying to develop a metaverse, and I know that in the crypto space there's already Decentraland, which is attempting to be the oasis of the crypto world. So that's coming sooner rather than later.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I also thought about, of course, it's another subject that it's really prevalent in movies these days: capitalism, greed, socialism, utopias. And I thought that this movie had, I don't know, I had mixed feelings about the ending, right? Because all of the citizens that live in Free City, they live in this moneyless utopia. Yeah, and that sounds great.
Yeah.
But this city is powered by people who live in the real world, and they actually have jobs and a money society. So I thought that was a mixed message, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And especially because this guy Antoine was just doing all of this game Free City and Free City 2 to generate more money, right? Like he stole the idea from Keys and Millie. Yeah, and I didn't get if, because at the end I think Millie and Keys were just trying to, they weren't just like in it a lot for the money, kind of, or that's the idea I got. They were just trying to do this. They weren't trying to make it as popular as Antoine was trying to, no?
Yeah, it seemed like Millie and Keys had good intentions, but we never know if they were actually charging to play the game or not.
Yeah.
Like in the end, they just mentioned like, okay, our fan base is growing more than we were anticipating, but we don't know if they're actually charging any money to play. But of course, I mean, to keep the servers alive, that requires energy and money, and it also requires working people, right?
I understand. Yes. I also thought it had a lot to say about streamers and video games and esports. I think it's now more and more common every day, and they're giving the importance to esports, right? Which I am a gamer. Alfonso is also a gamer. We play Fortnite.
We always get a victory royale.
Yeah, and I like it because I think like a long time ago this wasn't considered a sport, right? But it is. Esports are a thing, and I really like the appearance. Well, and this streamer Ninja, who is a professional gamer and a popular streamer on Twitch, appears in the movie. And I think kids these days, who is the targeted audience of this movie, they want to become YouTubers or streamers or professional video game players, and I think this movie is like great to open that discussion and make it like it is possible.
Cool. And that's cool that they used Ninja in a cameo. I noticed there were a lot of streamers in the film. Are they all real streamers? Or no idea?
I don't think so.
Just Ninja.
I think just
All right. I was also thinking that the film tries to say that franchises and sequels suck, and they try to tell you that original content is better. But I thought that that was a little bit of an unfounded comment, because I mean it's preaching originality, but I found this movie to be very derivative. Like it's so similar to many films that came before, and I think especially to the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Like even the end with Guy going towards the sea and finding the limit of his world,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to all the people looking at him
Yeah.
in their devices, and this was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But it has a whole scene where Taika Waititi is discussing with Keys, and he's going on this rant about no, screw original content, I can give you Free City 2, Free City 3, sequels and franchises. So I thought that was a little bit of a contradiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this movie was made of parts of other movies.
Which I think it's the case always, right? Like, I think you always build upon what has come before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think it was completely original, as maybe the screenwriters and the director think it was.
Yeah, exactly. One movie that comes to my mind that I wanted to mention is Spy Kids 3, where they go to this video game. They enter this video game, and for me, when I was little, it was very new because 3D content or 3D movies were coming out a lot. And I remember this movie had included the glasses, and it's kind of the same idea, right? Of Guy putting on the glasses and entering in this new world, and now instead of being 3D, it's, you know, virtual reality or AI, and yeah.
Cool. I haven't seen Spy Kids 3, but I know that it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, who is a great director.
I recommend it. 10 out of 10. Well,
That's a big statement.
No, 8 out of 10. Okay, I think we can agree this movie, even though we've seen this content before, it was good.
Yeah, I think it was just a rehash made for the newer generations.
Exactly. Okay, alright, I think it's time for the truth. Alfonso, how would you rate this movie?
I like it. Ryan Reynolds is really funny. It's a funny film. And it's a story that I enjoy time and time again, Plato's Cave. But I didn't find it to be something extremely original. I think it's great for the newer generations, but to me it was just okay. So I'm gonna give this film a 7 out of 10, large popcorn. What about you, Danny? What's your rating?
I really like this movie, actually, I have to be honest. I like the movies that talk about, I don't know, video games or virtual realities. So therefore, my rating is 8 large popcorn. I would watch this movie again. We can both agree this was a good movie, entertaining, worth going to the movie theater.
It's always worth it to go to the movie theater.
Exactly. But the real question here is, Alfonso, what is the movie for next week?
Next week we're gonna review The Fountain, directed by Darren Aronofsky.
Yay! This was everything for today. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like it, please like, share and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you until next Friday for another movie review.
Thank you, bye.
Bye!